Back here once again at HxGN Live 2022 and catching up with another customer, Juan from PCL. Thanks for joining me. Now, PCL, what does PCL do?
We're a general contractor, North America and Canada, in Australia, and basically build everything from high rises to infrastructure, industrial type projects. I work for the civil infrastructure division, basically focusing mostly on water, wastewater, bridges, dam type projects out of Tempe.
Now, we were talking earlier that you're a good user of AGTEK. How are you using AGTEK?
We use AGTEK for our takeoffs, for earthwork takeoffs during the bidding phase. We also use it to model in different phases of the excavations to see how it impacts the project. Where we also utilize it by taking the models, putting them in Google Earth, and then overlaying to make sure that we don't have any conflicts with other properties or other utilities, make sure that we're staying within the sites. We also look at, from a logistical point of view, when we have our excavations, is to see where we're going to stage our cranes, our equipment, what our shoring needs are, and then we go back and then readjust the model and then take it into the different phases to help with the constructability. A lot of the projects that we do are alternative delivery, so these models help when we're presenting to the client to show them sometimes some conflicts. We also use it when we put in the geotechnical information to take a look at, extrapolate, so that maybe there's some potential cost savings for the owner, potential cost overruns that the owner may not see by implementing those geotechnical data in AGTEK for the most part. Then typically most of the time we self-perform some of the excavation, other times we subcontract it out. But what that allows us as a general is by taking those quantities, we're able to then communicate our plan to our subcontractors, also verify quantities, and then basically develop a scope of work of what they're going to price, and then what we need to pick up on our end, to give us a more competitive bid.
I just want to pick up on the modelling side of things, because when people use the word modelling, sometimes we can be a bit scared that it involves a lot of work. But how easy is it for you to do the modelling within AGTEK?
It's come a long way. I started with AGTEK when it was originally a digitizing board and tracing lines for a few hours. Now with the integration of being able to vectorize and pull in CAD files, it's fairly easy. Putting in the existing contours and the design contours, and basically within a few hours or a day or so to be able to get an idea of the quantities and the magnitude of the project. So it's a pretty straightforward program.
Now, downstream of the modelling process, how do your team like working with that modelling data?
It comes in handy. It helps with, where we're going to put stockpiles, how we're going to get rid of the material. It gives us kind of a little bit of an edge in phasing. At what points are we going to take the material and move it? So there's a lot of logistical and cost savings that come with the model data. And then also you can, spend a little time and take that data and create your own stockpiles to see how much of your property that you're going to consume on a project, depending on limited on size.
We know a vital part of construction is the bidding process. How is AGTEK helping you in that part of your operations?
When we get our users trained, it gives us a level of confidence that when that we're comfortable with the data that it provides us, and the ability for the quantities to be compared to different layers gives us an idea of maybe where we might need to adjust from. An example would be an estimator may go in and put a stripping quantity and do an interpretation, but maybe the site may be different, so we might make an adjustment that could help our bid, or we may need to add some additional quantity. Also, it helps with that level of being able to present it now that AGTEK has the ability to export those quantities into Excel. Makes it easier to manipulate the data and transfer it into our estimating software. So it gives us a level of confidence in the quantities that we have. Also, some of the other features of being able to adjust the site grade and try to balance the site is important. And it also gives us an opportunity to take a look at maybe taking advantage of capturing material early on a project where maybe we may not if it's an import or an export project. So we feel that it kind of gives us a competitive edge.
Now you've made the effort to come to HxGN Live. Why did you make that effort?
Basically over the years of seeing how AGTEK's evolved from digitizing to now, ability to put it in Google Earth, in recent years, the underground functions, and then the materials. It's become a software that's kind of integrated as a total civil package, where a user can stay in one program and get all the information from like a one-stop program versus using Bluebeam and using on-screen or other programs to get that data. So the other thing is taking a look at, AGTEK does a lot of webinars and puts a lot of demonstrations out there. So you start to see all the different changes in the technology. So it was a good opportunity to come out and hear what the latest technologies and how AGTEK is integrated with HxGN and taking advantage of all the geospatial and cloud type technology helps kind of keep all our information in one area and it doesn't get lost, and which also helps in when you create and have all this data in one area and able to export it. It's easier to take that data and then transfer it over to the field on your successful bids, and it creates that smoother transition so that the field team doesn't have that loss. They could take advantage and understand where the estimator was coming from and assist with project execution. So I think a lot of the things that HxGN and AGTEK are putting together are only improving the product. So it's been pretty exciting to see what they've been able to do.
Well, there's a lot more coming from AGTEK. Juan, lovely to meet you. Love to thank PCL for being a committed AGTEK customer, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.